the fish won't be able to resist. The one we're using is way higher pitched. So the goal is for a tuning fork to be the unfounded, secret, never before realized, ultimate fish attractor. 512 hertz of bite me vibes, putting them off. This bait will need to be big because it needs space for an entire, well not an entire, the handle's gotta come off, but a tuning fork needs to fit inside. That requires big, bulky, difficult to catch fish on bait, but it has the tuning fork in it. It will be emitting bite me frequencies. Sound travels faster and farther in water. The bait will encapsulate the tuning fork. It will exist in a little pocket of air, but the sound waves will be hitting the outside of the bait into the water, traveling vast distances to fish's lateral lines. They don't have ears. They feel with their lateral lines. Make the fish tingle. Move closer to the source of tingle. Realize it's a big, beautiful crankbait and bite it. You know what I'm saying. So the battle going on is this is a big bait, but it puts off bite me frequencies, so hopefully we get a bite. That's the trick. I figured it out. You don't just rip on it as hard as you can, you just keep pressure, and eventually it'll let go. I was trying to ego rip in my past, but I've become older and wiser. I don't do that anymore. Okay fellas, it's happening. This is gonna be the deepest slot I've ever carved into a bait made like this. It gets pretty close to the edge of the bait, but I think it'll be good that the wood's thin towards the sides of the bait, where the tuning fork is close to. The sound will transfer through, you know? It won't be so insulated. We're actually going to take this over to the drill press. I'm just kind of prepping this site where the drilling is going to happen. Fantastic. A little bit of cleaning up. It's going to fit perfect. Doing some real woodworking stuff. I'm a bait maker, but I'm pretty much a woodworker right now with my little chisel and a utility knife. So to go any further in the making of this big crankbait with a tuning fork in it, I need to cut my tuning fork. I don't know if this destroys the tuning fork though. Does this make it so it doesn't sound the same? I doubt it makes it so it doesn't ring. I gotta cut this foam off. Doesn't work if you have one end clamped in a vise. I'm gonna smooth that edge down on the sander. Just filled my coffee up with aluminum chunks. I'm gonna go replace that. Time to see if it still works. It does. All right, not a problem. Sounds the same too. We're gonna be cool and use a spring. We're gonna drill a hole the correct diameter, choose the correct spring from my assortment of springs, and use it to suspend the tuning fork inside of the bait, like such as. That'll keep it hovering, that'll make it so it can shake a little bit, and that'll get those tungsten balls kind of bouncing with it. Along the edge down here, I carved off a sliver along the whole thing, and that'll kind of guide the tungsten balls to stay in the center. So they'll hit the inside edge of the tuning fork and then return to center. It's gonna be kind of tricky to not get glue on the tungsten balls. We'll just have to not get glue on the tungsten balls. Hole. We're gonna drill a 5/30 seconds into the back here, right in the center. Okay, we got it viced up even, look at that. A little bit of WD-40. That's a pretty good spring. Good boy. What am I trying to say? This is a pretty good spring tension. Just barely holds it up. It really wants to go down, but it stays straight. I think it's the perfect spring tension. Wonderful spring tension. Look I'm pushing the spring against the wood, and it's ringing. So it's able to support it and just kind of hover there. I gotta glue it in. 5-minute epoxy. Or actually fellas, we can use super glue and baking soda. The opportunity has arisen once more. I'm gonna make sure there's no WD-40 in there first. Put quite a bit in there first. We just straight up capped it off right there, and we're gonna screw the spring in. Okay, that feels somewhat screwed in. Super glue? It's in there, but it's sticky. And that's a tuning fork on a spring, fellas. It can do the helicopter. Let's make it ring and do the helicopter at the same time. Yeah. All right. Now that that's taken care of, I need it tight. Okay, I can hear it rattle. Let's try it with one tungsten ball. It definitely rings. I think I'm realizing that the spring is not the way to go because it can bend. It has memory, so it needs to go away. Away it went. Now I need to just get some metal. I don't know, it's gonna suspend. We're gonna rely on the balls. Okay, I have some square brass. It's a circle hole, not the same shape, but it's kind of fitting. I think we'll use it. Let's be responsible and 5-minute epoxy that metal together. Alright, it's pretty much full. Probably get a bunch of squeeze out here. That's good. So now we'll be dealing with a fixed, fork's not gonna move, balls will rattle, hit the fork. Hopefully we get a bit of a ring kind of situation. Not easy. Like you hit these with a mallet, so you got all this room. You can come way back from left field and bing! But you got like millimeters in a bait like this to knock a tuning fork with.
Daddy!
Yeah? Did you pass?
I have a chocolate croissant.
What? You got a chocolate croissant?
And I have this.
You passed? Did you go to level 2? Oh my goodness.
That's
amazing.
Well, yes, and I go underwater all by myself.
Okay, cut that down so it fits right. Putting it in, and this stuff in. Let's go with one ball first. It's ringing. That's pretty good. Has like a 3-second ring. You can hear like that ball move forward and hit the end of the slot in the tuning fork. Even when you hit it out here, it has like a 3-second ring if you're away from it. But if you hold it up to your ear, then you hear it for longer, but it's about the same. I mean, that's like a freaking dinner bell. We're gonna do that. We're gonna glue this up. The bait will be that. Little tungsten ball and a tuning fork with a brass nub sticking out the end. Get one of these sides glued in first. Alright, we got the 5-minute epoxy on. It's not too much, it's not too little, it's just right. Tungsten ball was in there. That'll do. It's the next morning, 12 hours later. You can get away with like 1 hour, maybe a half an hour, 5-minute epoxy. A full cure still on a 5-minute epoxy is 12 hours at least. So if you don't want that joint to expand whatsoever, wait at least 12 hours. If you're willing to risk it and you're doing a 1 day, which we're not, you probably get away with 1 hour. Ding-a-ling-ding. It's time to get nervous. It's time to be scared. I really don't want to have to redo all this. It's gonna set my upload date back quite a bit. I love the ding. Ding. I hope you can hear it on the microphone, but... So due to all of the internals, this is gonna be a fat bait, extra thick. Might look a little wonky, the end product. I'm gonna do my best to thin things out, get as close as possible to that chamber. That's the highest pitch ding I've ever heard in a bait. You can hear it a little better even now. I'm just gonna be dinging this for the rest of the video. Marked out where that chamber is in there, the template. We're gonna stay away from it. It got louder after I carved it all down. My goodness. That's the loudest one I've ever made so far. All right, lips in, hardware is gonna go in. I'm gonna seal this wood with UV resin and then get over to the test tank and make sure it swims right before we paint it. Time for the truth. I think I'm safe in guessing that it's gonna need more weight. Oh yeah, it's leaning on its side. That's definitely gonna need more weight. But it certainly has that's what we need to get that ball in there. Sorry, smacking the tuning fork. I heard it. There's not a lot of space to do this. We're gonna need tungsten and our template to accurately judge how much space we have. I wish I could just stick the big boy in there, but I think it's too tall. Forstner bit has that little tip, and to go deep enough to fit the tungsten in the bait, I think that tip's gonna get into the tuning fork chamber. So we need to use the smaller ones, probably 2, maybe 3 of them. That much more, which is more than one of the big boys, so. 3 little boys going in. Like that. I'm gonna not do this over my test tank. I'm getting wood chips in there. 1 second. Super glue sealed that. We got tungsten. I think that was close to an ounce. Feels way heavier. Sits upright. Woo! That is action. I mean, that's exactly the kind of action that was necessary too. Super wide, get the ball to smack the tuning fork. I can hear it. It's very, very audible. You probably can hear that too. I can hear the sustained ring too if you put your ear next to it. That is a bait with a tuning fork in it, and it works how I want. That's lovely. I'm just gonna get these lead holes flush and flat with some UV resin. We'll get to painting now that our fork's ringing. Starting with white. Okay, we have white and black, otherwise known as gray, and a drop of diseased umber, otherwise known as poopy brown, with a tint of green. You ate your vegetables. 2 more drops, 5 more. There we go. 5 more drops. There we go. Okay, this is going on top and sides. Diseased gray. Probably could have just used gray, eh? You can't see any of that diseased stuff. Anyway, next, I mixed up a dark, dull purple. Used a lot of vascular violet to achieve that. That's going on even higher towards the top, since all I sprayed on it was gray. That's better. That's a little more striking. You can see some subtle brush strokes in the UV sealer, because I sprayed it at an angle. It kind of looks natural though. Fish have lines like that, so we're good. Fish have that. Just a reduced color called light natural in the brush. I'm just gonna put it places. Seriously, there's nothing in my mind right now. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna put it places. Like that. Pretty natural. I need to come in from the top now, down with something. So that light color, it gets like most dramatic when it gets towards the dark stuff. So this dark color, I'm gonna start towards the top. I'm gonna try to bring down into the light stuff and make all this look even more dramatic. By the way, the dark stuff is just detail smoke black, very thin black. I have no clue what this is supposed to be, but that's kind of cool. Maybe a cool shad? I'm making a cool shad today. Oh shoot. I just flung black paint at my bait. I'm gonna leave it. There's a cool little black dot down there on the cool shad. When you have really thin black paint in your airbrush, you can't be swinging it around. Ooh, this stuff just wants to float away. This is Beskar, Siren Scales, 8-bit baits. I need to stop putting scoops of it in there. Okay, that's plenty. This is Sonic. It's gonna give it a blue highlight. It's gonna look lovely. Beskar and Sonic. The more you stir this, those Siren Scales kind of like break up and they become something you can put in a clear coat. Clear coat additives are about to start talking. Start slow. Like watch every brush stroke. Make sure a bristle's not coming out of that brush. Whoa. That Beskar is chunky. Gonna make that little black splash right there blend in with the Beskar chunks. At first I was like, I'm gonna paint this like some shad type of thing. It's gonna be kind of lame. But no, this is intense. I'm gonna go irradiate this in the sun and it'll be solid. I'll get back with you. Wow, that looks great in the viewfinder. This is gonna blind me. Okay, you have to see this. We're gonna go with a dark, sparkly, neutral color for scales towards the top, and that's it. We're gonna leave all of that craziness towards the bottom. It's like a minimalistic scale reveal here. There they are. I don't want to block the view of that Beskar. Alright, we're gonna slap the gills on this, get the rest of the details on, get the last clear coat on. Get this thing finished up. I choose that one because it's like the most holographic one I have from Dead Meat Custom. Nice. I might add a little bit of red. I didn't realize how much red is in that eye. On this little gill plate down here, I might put some red. And then we're done. Maybe I could get out and fish with this today if I hurry up. All right, quick action test. Very wide, very slappy. Hopefully you can hear it, it's very loud. Ding, ding, ding. We're gonna do some late afternoon ditch fishing. Ditch fishing. We're gonna go fishing. Excuse me. Let's make it official. That's a lot of thumpage. Six inches long, 4 ounces. It's a lot of bait. Well, I gotta go snag my bait back. Okay, it's still there. It's just right there. We'll get it back. I'll snag it with a jig and we'll get back to it. I was afraid it was gonna hit the bridge, so I just like grabbed my line and it popped off. It's slowly floating out to the river, so I actually need to get it. We need a lucky cast here. Got it. It's official. Got my bait back. Leader's fine. Snapped at my knot on the braid, not the leader. Oh, just pulverized this bait on the bridge. Is it cracked anywhere? Oh yeah, look at that. Dang it. Whew, that's annoying.
Go out to Colorado.
Should I?
Out in Colorado over by side route that I took when I was driving truck today. You take you through like valleys, mountains and stuff. You do YouTube or something, or?
Yeah.
That's cool. I've tried the whole YouTube thing and I don't know. I guess I'm not good enough content. Tried doing the whole handyman YouTube content stuff. We jumped from that. Tried doing urban exploring. You get in a lot of trouble doing that.
I've seen those channels though.
They're a lot smarter than I am, I guess, because I kept on getting caught up in. I would go all
getting
over
in
the
trouble?
place. Oh, I've
Like
had the cops
trespass?
called on me and,
Oh my God.
they come to my house.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like,
They followed up on you.
Uh-huh.
oh yeah,
Whoa.
it wasn't me.
Yeah, at least you didn't have to resort to OnlyFans or something. See ya. All right. They're burning over here. But we got a bait to make official. Maybe we can get a smoky pike on the tuning fork bait. Is it normal for them to leave an unattended fire? Everybody just left and that fire is still going back there. There's nobody here. They're just blazing. I'm just gonna ignore that. Okay, I'm just at the point where a fish would be really cool. I'm gonna put a pink jig on. I'll even bring the net as though I'm gonna catch a fish. Oh, it'd be so cool to feel a fish today. Whoa! Thank you, fishing gods. I'm feeling a fish immediately. It's official. That would not have bit my tuning fork crankbait. No way, Jose. Be free. Oh, it'd be so nice to feel 2 fish today. That's a sign. We're back up and at it. This bait's really big. That was 4.5 hours yesterday, but I felt a fish. We're gonna go somewhere else. I don't even know where. I'm just pulling out of my driveway. It's just a lot of bait. That is a lot. It had to be this big to fit the tuning fork in it, so wish it luck. This is it. That's gonna be a little chilly. My toesies are gonna get cold. Woo! How do the fish do it? Can't even reel. I'm just fighting the river. I just caught a fish. It's big. Oh, this thing's huge. I need to go. I need to go downstream with it. I'm just leaving my stuff back here. Oh, it's pulling me over. It's taking drag. Get out of here, goose. I didn't bring my net. I just ran. No, stay on, stay on. Dang it. No. I just snagged a buffalo. Did you guys see it? Dang it. That might have been a silver carp, big head carp, buffalo. It was a carp though. I thought we were gonna make it official. Fish on. Oh. It broke my line on the freaking rocks, man. There it is. Oh man. I think I'm just snagging them down there. Shad. A big pretty shad. That was a fish. These are all snags. I don't think I've actually gotten a bite. I've just been bumping into fish this whole time. So I should probably go home. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Excuse me. They're everywhere, sitting on their eggs, hissing at you. And we didn't get a bite. Unless that buffalo, I've had buffalo bite my lures before. Unless that buffalo came up, maybe didn't like the bite me frequency that was coming off this bait. Maybe it came up and was like, ew, bad noise, and got snagged in the forehead. See what I mean? I saw them. Some people say in the comments every time I lose a fish like that, if you see the fish, it's official. It's a little lame for my taste. Fish in hands or net, that's official to me more so, but let's say it's 32% official. I'd say that's a fair statistic. After catapulting it into that bridge, I'm kind of surprised how that held up just fine. And all we chipped off was some wood around a screw eye. A little cockeyed, but I sealed it up with super glue. It's fine. That could still catch a muskie. I did some editing and you can't see the Beskar. I'm sorry. You might think that you're seeing it right now. You can't see it. There's just so many more points. I don't know if it's because you have two eyes while you're looking at this and you get more points of reflection and therefore it's shinier, but it's definitely shinier to me here right now instead of you. I think this will get bit still. It's just April 8th and 9th when I was fishing with this, so quite early indeed. May is the month around here. You can get a non-stop action all day topwater spring bite in May. That'll work. I'm sure of it. So that's when the bait legations happen. May. I have yet another extremely old antique lure on the way. That'll probably be next. Look forward to that. Thanks for watching. Like the video, please. On to the next bait. Good boy. Fish tangle. Beskar. Ding. Actually. Ding-a-ling-ding. Fish have that.
Get out of here, goose. We're gonna go fishing. Whoa. My bad. Sorry.